Hey, these forecasts are all about using time and energy to your advantage. Energy, feng shui, manifesting are always happening. Manifesting is your subconscious thoughts and feelings coming to life. So it's important to make sure that your thoughts and intentions are positive and that they're thinking about what you actually want. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to use different energies in your space to help you manifest your goals this month. This is how classical feng shui works. Good feng shui isn't dependent on how pretty your house is or how new your stuff is. Certainly, flow and aesthetics that are pleasing to you do help, but it's so much more about finding the good energy in your home and using it to your advantage. I'm Jeanette Sizikowski, your go to feng shui consultant. Daily, I'm working with the motivated, the successful, and the inspired to use feng shui, the energy in their environment, to enjoy the journey on the way to their many destinations. But first, to use the energy to your advantage in your space, you have to know where it is that you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, the energy is just going to start doing its thing, and opportunities that don't look like opportunities because you don't know where you're trying to get to. So, this opportunity that is getting you to the next level shows up and you don't take advantage of it because you didn't know you needed to take that step. So they will just pass you by. Last month, I asked you, what is one goal you have for the month of October that if you accomplished it, you'd be proud of? Do you remember your goal? Did you accomplish it? Ed Milet says that building confidence is the process of keeping promises to yourself. Did you keep the promise to yourself that you set last month? Use these as a coaching call. Use these monthly feng shui energy forecasts as a coaching call. Did you an accountability for yourself? Look at the comment that you left in the last month feng shui forecast. What did you say your goal was? Did you do it? Did you accomplish it? Share with us below. We're all here trying to help each other improve our lives and live totally blissed. My goal for last month was to complete my first masterclass, to complete filming that and writing that. I am so proud of it. Writing is not something I feel super confident in. And so I'm so happy that what I created is something I'm so proud of. It's really good. I really recommend it. The masterclass is called How to Create a Peaceful and Positive Home with Stuff You Already Have. The link is in the description of this video. There may or may not be a gift for you if you watch it and stick till the end. But I'm just so excited of it because even as I do these things, it builds my confidence, it builds my skill, and it makes me enjoy life even more. The more people I get to help, the more I'm enjoying life. And I'm just also so proud of it. You're going to look at your home in a whole new light after you watch it. It's some of my best work. So go enjoy that. Links in the description of this video after you watch this one, though. What do you want the energy to help you with this month? Money, career? Is it relationship related? Each of these energies over here in this low shoe, each of these energies have different attributes. And when in different combinations, they help with different outcomes. So when 9 is with a 3, that creates a certain type of energy. When 3 is with a 6, that creates a different energy. When 8 is with a 2, that creates certain outcomes and helps people achieve certain things. So, where are you trying to go? And let's use the energy to help you get there. In these videos, I highlight some of the best areas that are related to money, love, career, because that's usually what people's goals are about. And so I highlight the areas, and then you know what areas to enhance and focus on and use a lot this month to help you achieve that goal for November. Comment in the comments, really lock in what is your goal. It's called kinesthetic learning. You're touching the keyboard. It will lock in this intention that you have for November if you type it in the comment below. First, we often look for the 5 when looking for the least ideal direction, but we catch a bit of a break this month, which is pretty nice. There are a couple of stars that 5 can pair with that makes it less of a disruptor, and 8 is one of them. This month, the 8 is with the 5 over here in the northeast, or over here in my example Bagua map. This month, the 8 is with the 5, and 8 is auspicious. It's auspicious, wealth building, abundance accumulating. The 5 is unconventional and unregulated. So this is one of those take the good with the bad kind of scenarios. It's a bit of a disruptor, but it's paired with something really good. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but hey, we'll take it. It's better than it being with another bad and it's just double bad. So we're getting a nice little break this month. A break as in sometimes I'm saying like Don't have your deep conversations there, avoid that, and, sometimes for me, especially in the beginning, I've gotten over it because I've really learned how to use the 5 to my advantage, which is very difficult and it can be very exhausting, but I used to be like, "Oh, please don't land at my front door," or like, "Please don't land in my bedroom, then I'm gonna have to sleep somewhere else for the month," but this one, 5 with the 8 is you still don't really wanna have, do, super, super important things there, but if this is in your office or your front door, it's not as disruptive as sometimes the 5 can be. And while we're here, I do wanna point out in the southwest direction, while we're on this slide, talking about 8s, the southwest direction right here, we have 8 and 2. 8s will have an interesting 8s is in the personal energy number 8. I think they're gonna have an interesting month. If you don't know your personal energy number already, you can find that in the description of this video as well. It's free to find out. You just need an email and to know when your birthday is. So go find out your personal energy number, and if your personal energy number is 8, I think the 8s will have an interesting month. While on one hand, the 5 will push them, and this is a high level, this isn't a true, horoscope or analysis or anything, but just at a quick glance, quick seeing it, it came to my mind, so sometimes I just say the things that come to my mind because it resonates, and it usually comes to mind for a reason. While on one hand, we have 8 with the 5, and it will push them. We also have 8 and 2, and 8 plus 2 is 10, which is always great to see when in our Feng Shui energies in this Lo Shu map, because 10 just usually means like a hit of money. Uh, yeah, hit of money. It's good for accumulating money. So it may be somewhat difficult, but I would say it is worth pushing. It's always worth pushing through. But 5, you really might feel worn down. You really might feel tired. You might feel a little beaten up, but push through it. 8, it's just November, and then the 5 will move on to somebody else. And also, it seems like if you push through it, it'll be good. Also, when you have this much earth through the middle of the low shoe, it's a lot of earth, it's a lot of mountain. It might feel very stubborn this month. And like you're trying to push a mountain or climb this mountain to get something accomplished. But again, it feels worth it. I didn't think the 8 and 2 was so great to highlight on its own, though. Let's get into the 3 directions I think are worth highlighting. I like a lot of the directions this month. I feel good energy for women and women of all ages for different reasons. Just again, I sit here and I study this and I look at it and I think about how I've seen these combinations play out in other people's homes and what they technically are defined as in the ancient texts, and then I kind of translate it to how it shows up in modern day. And so I feel good about a lot of these directions this month. I feel good for women, especially for all ages for different reasons. They're women, the female energy is paired with some good stuff. For those of you who have relationship goals for November, for relationship intentions, I am looking at the southeast. So southeast here on the Bagua map. In this person's home, it would be their dining room, and we have a 1-4 here. So do your dating apps here, scripting for what you're looking for in a partner here. For this energy can be the peach blossom, it can be romance, it's beauty, it's also academic, but this one water supports the 4, it enhances the 4, and that creates that even stronger peach blossom effect. Even if you don't have specifics on your relationship goals, go here with your morning coffee, feel that love vibration for the relationships that you do have. This is just a good area to use, again, to get in that love vibration and magnify it even more. So if you're not trying to manifest somebody, or maybe you're just trying to nurture your current relationships, it's a good area to walk in there, say affirmations, say what you're grateful for about your current relationships or the ones you're trying to call in. This is a good direction also for, I mentioned academia. So this is also good for students of any age to study in. It's good for clear thinking and that growth mind, that creativity mind. It's good for learning. The next direction I'd like to highlight is in the south. This direction is good for promotion. 6 is an auspicious star and 9 is timely. So here it is on our Bagua map. And here in the Lo Shu, we have 6 visiting the 9. 6 visits fire, which metal, this is fire. Technically, they clash, but each of them are good, timely stars, good energy. So together, we have 6, which is corporate, metal, regimented, it's climbing the ladder, it's following the rules. And then we have 9, which is being seen, it's the eyes, it's happy events. So it's like doing the work and being seen. So if you're looking for a job or you just want to be recognized for your current efforts, this is a good direction to be using for building that career. It's also a good area to apply for jobs if that is what you're looking for. Lastly, the last direction I like is the east. Here we have fire and wood this month. 3 alone is argumentative and difficult, but fire visiting the 3 will burn some of it. It gives the wood something to do. It gives the wood this argumentative energy, something to focus on. So 9 and 3 together are productive. 9 and 3 together are called birth of an intelligent son, meaning creativity, creative ideas. I have never used it for pregnancy, and I can't even say I've had clients who've used it, but I'm sure if you're really trying, then the East, you could turn birth of an intelligence on that way, but mostly it means this creative ideas, birth of these creative ideas. So this is a good direction to use if you are feeling stuck. If the goal that you have for this month requires you to think of something creative, requires you to think outside of the box, find a solution for something, problem solve something that will advance you. So if that's the kind of energy you need, this is the direction for it. So assess which energy is most helpful to you. We have the east, south, and southeast that are the best combinations of directions this month, like the best energy to use. There isn't one that's screaming at me to say, like, avoid or definitely don't do this, which is nice because sometimes we do have pockets where it's like, this just is not the most helpful month with our feng shui energies. We're going to have to focus on man luck. And remember there's different levels of energy. So this month I'm not worried about any of the feng shui directions. They're good. Overall I like majority of these combinations, so that's really great. We have energy from our external environment. Then we have our own personal energy, how we vibrate. If everything is energy, feng shui is how our mountains are radiating energy, how the water's radiating energy, how this combination and flow of our neighborhood is flowing energy around us. And then we have us. How are we vibrating? Are our thoughts positive? Are our actions positive? Are we in abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset? Are we using our creativity and our bodies to our best abilities? Are we keeping it healthy so we vibrate good? And then you have your third energy layer, which is this heaven, this bazi, the planets. You have the astrological energy and how those are affecting us. So in months where the feng shui isn't great, never panic. It just is what it is. Next year, my feng shui, just like in general for the year, I haven't looked at how it is monthly, but for the year, it's not ideal. And I had a client say, "So what do you do?" It's like particularly in my kitchen, it's not great. He asked me, my client said, "So, like, what are you gonna do? Obviously, you have to use your kitchen." And that's exactly it. Obviously, I have to use my kitchen. So I am just gonna make sure that I am really focusing on what I'm eating and making sure I'm working out and drinking water and being positive. And if I'm feeling worn out and tired because I'm using this difficult energy, I maybe will create more of a budget for like a massage or my counselor, and I will just stay privy to it. I just stay aware and you work with it. We have a good November. I feel pretty good overall about all of these energies. And if you want more insight on your astrological energy. Remember, again, I don't get paid for any of this, but Chi Pro Sam has those wonderful chi casts that give you a glimpse into your. It's not a horoscope because it's Bazi, so it's not that type of zodiac, but it's Chinese astrology. And it's similar to a horoscope, but much, much, much more accurate because it's based on your actual birthday and not the year. And so you can always go over there and you can subscribe for that. You get your first month free. Here's a friendly plug. I get my chi casts and they're so great to look at the beginning of the month. They're very helpful. Okay, back to this. So, October action item, let out some steam. That was October's action item. Let loose, let out that pent up frustration. I feel like October was an interesting one. If you were aware of it, you probably noticed that people, it's speaking of Chi Pro Sam's Chi Cast. She also talks about how it was month of the dog month, October's dog month, and they kind of like that energy of the dog really gets us in our emotions and gets us introspective. And so, a lot of people, if they have a lot of internal anger, well, that's what the dog digs up. If they have a lot of internal whatever, that's what's coming to the surface. So, doing something to release pent up energy, it was a good month. And we're probably going to be feeling that all the way up into that November transition. I know I could use a couple more breath work sessions to release some of that just stuff down stuff that we've been pushing through. Just remember to continue with your kindness, continue with your composure. Confidence is quiet and insecurities are loud. Do not fall into this trap of if I speak louder, if I'm the loudest, if I say every single thing that comes to mind, I'll finally be understood. I will finally solve something. Confidence is quiet. Keep your composure. Remember that. And continue to be a good person, like I know you are. I accomplished so we also had that was our action item. We talked about goals already. I accomplished mine. Let me know if you accomplished yours. I'm gonna go do a couple breathwork sessions before we fully transition into November. I'm filming this on the 1st. Let's move on to November's action item. So you have your goal and you're going to use the energy in your home to your advantage. That's first what we set, the goal. Then you look at which direction do I need to activate, do I need to use? And by activate, I mean just use that energy to push your energy. It like multiplies your efforts. It's like using your phone right in the best Wi-Fi. Then your messages get sent faster, your texts get sent faster, you pay your bills on your phone faster. So using your intention in the adjacent direction or the aligned direction multiplies your efforts and sends out your thoughts and actions even quicker. So, now let's talk about the action item for this month. The energies in the center of the chart are probably the most difficult combination. And sometimes I see the middle affect the month and sometimes I don't. We'll see. But here's 5-2 means an ending of some kind. So, what happens when we see an energy like this? It's best to anticipate. Okay, so if this is the energy, let's decide what ends. If you have gotten a Bazi reading, a Chinese astrology reading, you're maybe familiar with the term clash. You have clash years. Clash just means change. It means change is going to happen. So rather than waiting for change to happen to you, knowing that the next year is a clash year, the next month is a clash month, how can you choose to change something before change happens to you? So, knowing that this energy wants something to potentially end, let's use it to our advantage and decide what ends. What is a habit that needs to end and what can you replace it with? Do you drink too much Coke, pop, soda, whatever you call it? I don't even know what I call it anymore. Pop. Do you give up pop? Do you drink too much pop? I think I say pop. Leave it behind in November. Give it a try. What's a bad habit that you're looking to end? Or maybe it's not even a bad habit, but what are you looking to end? Maybe you've been wanting to dabble in being a vegetarian. I just watched the documentary Game Changers and whoa, it definitely has me rethinking some things. So maybe you want to dabble in being vegetarian, say goodbye to meat for the month of November. Why not? Give up one thing or one action, give it a pause, and be even better for it. Thank you so much for watching. Have you watched the video 5 spots you forgot to declutter? Maybe what ends this month, maybe what you put a stop to is putting things in places they don't belong, putting an end to the clutter. How about going into November strong, cleaning up these 5 areas you likely have forgotten to declutter and making more space to receive abundance and prosperity?